just begun this little journey and I'm already lost. I just left the temple and I'm getting chased by an old lady. You never guess what? I have a Chinese mobile number. I wish for somebody. Good morning from Guangzhou. It's a beautiful, cloudy morning, but apparently it's going to clear up later on, which would be nice. Today we are in the historical district of Guangzhou, and apparently just there, actually you can see it, is the temple that we're going to go and visit. All around the temple has a beautiful garden. It's a Buddhist temple. Inadvertently, you might be saying, well, if it's over there, what are you doing here? Well, I walked in the wrong direction. But first, I'm actually really hungry. What is it, a fire truck? Very cool. Can we go around this way? I don't know, we're about to find out. Ni hao. Ni hao. There's another thing that happens, which is, I'm going to call it the Chinese stare. It makes me so uncomfortable. Where are we going? Is there a way through here? This is just someone's garden. Oh. No wonder that lady was staring at me. She was staring at me the whole way down that alleyway, and it just made me, I didn't know what to say or how to speak. I forgot how to speak. Anyway, smell of incense. I can still smell it even though my nose is blocked. Which shows how strong it is. Alright, so I'm going to pass by her again. And I'm going to say goodbye, because I learned that in the 7-Eleven. The 7-Eleven lady taught me how to say it. Zaijian? Yeah, there we go. That's my first full interaction, you could say, in Mandarin. But how do I get to the temple though? This is supposed to be lost already. Just begun this little journey and I'm already lost. Apparently the district that my hotel is in is a hospital area or a hospital zone. So they have this ornate entrance and I'm in the middle of the road. Look at these scooters, some of them are so cool. So you have ones that are just like bicycles. I think I can rent them. If I get a mobile number later, I might be able to rent one. And then you have these ones. The Honda Zoomer, that's just so cool looking. Little cup holder and everything. Some of them are kind of beaten up. They're like they've just completely adapted their old bicycles. They're old like kind of little bikes with the trolley on the back and just stuck an electric motor on them, and now they just zip along, fly along, which is super cool. Oh, let's go up this street. Look at this. Again, I don't know if this is a shortcut or not, but how can you not go up this street? So it looks like these are just little houses. I definitely am not supposed to be up here. Alright, this is a dead end again. Yeah, I think that's what this is. It's like a little junk market. Or plant market, I don't know. Anyway, there's no way through. Some fish. There's no way through, so I got to go back around again for the third time. I think I see the restaurant, so let's check. Alright, so it looks like you just come in and just pick your own food. so I haven't paid yet. I don't know when you do, but it looks really nice. It's like a potato, tofu, some kind of fried bread, and some rice. Let's try the what I think is tofu. There wasn't many people taking it though, so maybe it's not great. Oh, it's not tofu. It's like potato or something. I just left the restaurant. It was really, really nice. And the restaurant is right next to the temple. The food was great. One thing I'm not a big fan of is fried bread. I never get fried bread, but they kept coming out with more and more stuff. They kept coming out with like, broccoli and other vegetables that I don't know what they were, but they were delicious. It was fully vegetarian, so it was nice. And then these two monks come in, and I feel like they were just fleecing everybody, including me. So they were saying something. There was two monks, one wearing brown, I don't know if it signifies anything, or like a sand color, one wearing a kind of blue cape or apron. And they were sitting, they were eating. And then every once in a while they would just talk to somebody else, like somebody sitting at another table, and they'll say something, and then they'll give them a red envelope, but only to the guy in the brown. And then I was sitting there and I was finishing my food, happy, and then he turns around and he goes, hi, and I was, hello, hi. And he goes, he said the money symbol, the international money symbol, and I was like, and he pointed to his friend, and I thought, okay, maybe he's retiring or something, so I'll give him some money for his retirement. I don't mind, it's fine. But then as soon as you come out and you arrive, we're at the temple, by the way, in case you couldn't tell, but as soon as you come out to the temple, you just have so many people begging for money. I just gave 5. I got change, thankfully, and I got a bunch of 5 yuans, which I think is not much at all. So thankfully I just gave a couple of people some 5 yuans, and then it got too much. It started turning into like a crow's attack. So there was so many people swarming me, so I had to run into the temple and start filming. But anyway, we're here, and it is very impressive. I don't know what the customs or the etiquette is. Hopefully I can keep my hat on. Let's go and find out. Hi, can I buy a ticket?
Yes, over there.
Oh, okay. Hi, can I just get one ticket? 5. Okay, GG. Alright, so it was 5 yuan. That was pretty easy. Let's go in. Hello.
Oh, hello.
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 It's what you imagine a Buddhist temple looks like. I don't know if there's a specific way that you go into the temple. The complex looks pretty big. There's a lot of people here. I'm getting a lot of stairs. But we're going to soldier on. We have everybody leaving flowers as a sign of respect. Yeah, that just seems to be the thing. People are just leaving a lot of offerings to these deities. I was wondering why, when I was sitting in the restaurant, people were floating past with flowers. And of course, being modern China, you can also provide your donations to the deity by Alipay or WeChat. Yesterday was a pretty celebratory day in the Chinese New Year. They all came to pray yesterday at the temples. So today's hopefully a little bit calmer, but even so, it's pretty busy. It is a Sunday, so everybody's off work. There just seems to be, maybe this is common for Buddhist temples, but there just seems to be, each building seems to have a deity or a god or something inside that people go and worship to. Let's go check out who this is. And here we have an old pagoda. Hello.
Hello.
Let's take a walk around it. Let's follow the crowd and we'll do a bit of a prayer around pagoda. Oh, look at the, I don't know if you can see it, but the dragons up on the side of the building with the bells and... Maybe I should be quiet. All it makes me think of is like those kung fu movies when they're running across the roofs. That would be a dream of mine, to just run across one of those tiled roofs. Can we go up this way? Doesn't seem like we can't. Don't know what that sign says, but we're gonna find out if we get given out to. This looks to be definitely more like a residential area inside the monastery. It says welcome, so let's see if we truly are welcomed. We have these really cool 50-abd designed warriors. Here we have an ancient Chinese warrior on a horseback with a traditional Chinese sword. No? Okay. Let's carry on. Let's go back to the way that I know we're allowed, at least. A little turtle down there. I've never seen a turtle before in real life. Outside of an animal store, an animal shop. Pet store, that's what they're called, animal store. For a country where everybody's sniffling and coughing constantly, there's no tissue at all in the bathroom. So you have to wash your hands and then just let them air dry, which is fine. It's probably fine. There's no soap either. I can't get over the bonsai. Everybody's looking at the yellow trees, but I'm a big fan of bonsai. And ones like this. I can't believe I saw a turtle. How cool is that? I think we've seen everything now. Everything that we're allowed to see without getting given out to. We have these old... where they put in their incense inside. And they light it, comes out in plumes. It's very nice. I wonder what they do with the flowers, because they're cut. Wouldn't it be better to give flowers that aren't cut? That they can then plant somewhere? It's down here. I just left the temple and getting chased by an old lady. Hello, doggy. Hello. This is such a pretty street. This really feels like a western part of Guangzhou. We have the painted post boxes that you see in London and New York. No graffiti on it though, which is nice. Here we have 10 coffee shop. Hello. We have a little hallowed kitty. If you just walk like a couple of minutes down the road, you'll see the huge difference going straight from gentrified Western style to this kind of old, what it was maybe before the money came in. And of course, at the top of the stairs, as always, you have this enormous camera watching everything you do. But you can see it just feels a little bit darker. Some roses for a heartbroken person. Not even untied. Things didn't go well there. Cat is staring at me from across the counter. Doesn't like me. Those little scooters can pack a punch. This seems to be a market street where you can buy clothes and shoes. I don't know where I am. Let's see if we can find a China Mobile. You never guess what? I have a Chinese mobile number. I just went into a China Telecom and just asked straight up, hey, can I get a mobile number with some data? And the guy spoke English, more than enough English. And he was super helpful, but you have to go through a whole bunch of things. So I was there for about 40 minutes. A lot of security around mobile numbers here in China. But anyway, I've got a package of 70 gigabytes, which will do me for the next 30 days. And if I need, I can just top up later on. So, brilliant. But now I'm going to try to find the temple of the 6 banyan trees. Wide away, I seem to have like a knack to go the wrong way. But it was built in 537 AD, so it's very old. It's obviously been restored a couple of times over the centuries, but I'm really excited to see. I think it's like the number one thing to see in terms of history outside of the temples in Guangzhou. So it must be around here somewhere. Okay, this is it. I don't know if I need to buy a ticket or something. So this is free apparently in Guangzhou, so definitely come. This is a lot calmer, a lot quieter. It's built as an octagon shape around. This place I actually did look up, so I do know a couple of things. It's built in an octagon shape. There's a bit of a trickery in the building, so it looks like it actually has 9 levels. But it doesn't. Inside there's something, I think, like 17. We have the little lanterns around here. This place must look really nice at night. So how did the temple get its name? Well, there was a poet called Su Dongpo who named it Liurong, which actually means the 6 banyan trees. Unfortunately, the 6 banyan trees are no longer here, but around the building we have, I don't even know what a banyan tree is actually. Is that a banyan tree? Is that a banyan tree? Here we actually have a temple that we can go inside, unlike the last place, with more fruits. Here we have a star fruit, apples, oranges. Apparently oranges was a thing for the New Year's. I didn't know that, because I saw them chucking out about 50 orange trees about 10 minutes ago. I don't know exactly what they are, but they all look the same. So maybe they are just the 3 incarnations of Buddha? I don't know. Oh, we didn't do the full loop. We didn't do the full loop of the building. I'm gonna get some bad juju if I don't do the full loop. I kind of stopped halfway and went back. Alright, let's do a couple more prayer wheels. I wish I could read it. I wish I knew what it said. But yeah, apparently it's 17 stories inside. But it doesn't look like you can go in. You can catch a glimpse of the inside there. It's just a little hallway. I don't see any stairs. So I don't know what's on the 2nd level or the 17th. Let's see what else is around Liurong Temple. Looks like they're all handwritten little letters. So maybe it's the same thing. You write a letter and you do a wish for somebody. Well, maybe that's bad luck. There were originally 6 banyan trees, and then there were 4 left, and one of the abbots decided to plant more around the area, and this is one of them. So this is a banyan tree. Buddhist temples, they have rooms like that where they're kind of memorial halls where you buy a placard and you put it into a place. I don't know if you rent the placard for 100 years or 10 years or whatever, but you put the placard in place and usually it has a photo. Not always, but it would have a photo of the person that's deceased and their name. Kind of like a memorial grove. You would go in and you would just give an offering and you would pray. So there's a lot of fruit, there's a lot of vegetables there, there's a lot of sweets and buns and cakes that have been left to presumably relatives that have passed away. I think it's a really lovely thing and it's really nice. Okay, and that's the temple of the 6 banyan trees. I think we've seen all the trees now as well, surprisingly. We can't, of course, go inside. I don't know if I showed you this as well. On the walkway, all along the walkway, they have these tiles, which are, well, for one, they're a death trap because you trip over them. Onwards to our next part of the journey, where we're going to be going to, I don't know actually, there's a couple of choices. One of them is going to an old street. It's been a shopping street for about 1,000 years, so maybe we'll go there. But I'll see if I can rent one of those bicycles, and then later on try to make my way down to the Canton Tower, the biggest tower in Guangzhou, and see if I can get a ticket up to the top and look over Guangzhou as sunset, if I can get sunset. It's actually been pretty grim, not grim, but it's been just overcast for the last few days, so if there is a sunset, I don't know, but we'll get there for around sunset time.